Mike on strike. Mike on strike. Focus question. Was Mike's strike successful? Why or why not? Like McCarthy was a curious guy, so curious that he wanted to buy his friend Jarek's super spy kit in order to find out people's secrets. To buy the kit, though, Mike needed $5 he didn't have. I get $8 a week allowance, Jarek said. At that rate, you'd just need 3 allowances, more or less, to pay me. $8, Mike repeated. What do you have to do to get that? Jarek sucked the salt from a peanut shell and shook his head. Nothing, he said, but I know how families like yours work, with chores and stuffs. He shrugged. How many of your allowance would it take? 10, Mike said grimly. Jarek shook his head. Negotiate a raise, he said. I tried negotiation last month with the Tooth Fairy, Mike said. She was one thorough customer. Jarek shook his head again. Forgot fairies, he said. Parents are softies by comparison. You just need to show them what you bring to the table. Table? Mike asked. Last minute. Mike said it would take him 10 allowance to raise the money for Jarek's spy kit. How much is his allowance now? If the allowance doubled, how many allowances would he need in order to buy Jarek's spy kit? The first answer is $2.50 and the second answer is $2.5. A bargaining table, Jarek explained, set up for the potluck. Then think that would happen if nobody brought food. Everyone would go hungry, Mike said. Sure, Jarek said, but whoever hosted the next party would hire a caterer instead, so nobody would have to cook. Just what was Jarek driving at? Mike had no idea. Is their food good? Mike asked. Catered food is always better than homemade, Jarek said, but that's besides the point. Mike wondered if they could be true. His mom was a pretty good cook, and his dad's French toast was a sense of heaven. Look, Jarek continued, the potluck, the caterer, the food, that's all just a metaphor. The point is that when you come to the bargaining table, you need to bring something to bargain with. I got nothing, Mike said. Well, hold on. I make good lemonade. Jarek groaned in frustration. Forgot the food thing. Do you do any chores? He asked. Mike nodded. Jarek was the only third grader in their class with his own smartphone. He grabbed it. Talk to me, he said. We'll make a list. The chores you do are what you leverage, what you use in bargain. Okay, Mike said. I take out the recycling I made by Dad. I clear the dinner table. Jarek tapped away on his phone. Without looking up, he inquires. Any seasonal chores? Yeah, Mike said. I rake leaves and shovel snow. Mow the lawn? Jarek asked. Not yet, Mike said, but I need the vegetable garden. Pet care? Jarek asked. I feed pickles sometimes, Mike said, if my mom tells me to. Jarek taped some more, then looked up. Excellent, he pronounced. So this is what you bring to the table, see? If your parents had to pay something else to do all this, I'd cost them more than what they pay you. This is why they passed child labor laws to protect kids like you from being exploited. I didn't know that, Mike murmured. Sure, Jarek said. Your parents are taking advantage of you, big time. Oh, Mike said. He felt himself getting dressed. Stay with me here, Jarek said, because this is all going to change really soon. With God, he these list of things you can do them. You now gonna make your demands very clear, and if your parents refuse to meet your demands, you're gonna on strike. I am? Mike asked. You don't have a choice, Derek said. You didn't want to be oppressed, do I? I don't know, Mike said. He didn't know what happened, what oppressed meant. He just knew he felt depressed. Derek spent the next several days coaching Mike. By the weekend, Mike felt prepared and needs to take on his family, parents. Parents, he began after Saturday breakfast. We need to talk. Slowly, rarely, his parents' face emerged from being behind two sections of the newspaper. We're listening, said Mr. McCarthy. I bring a lot of fuel to his family. Mike said. We agree, his dad said. Wait, Mike said. Do you want to hear what my view of value is? We know your value, Miss McCarthy said. We love you, honey. Mike thrust his a warm feeling inside. The point is, he persevered. You should raise my allowance. He pushed a list of his choices across the table to them. Let's negotiate, he said. I demand $8 a week. Stop right there, Buster, said his mom. Nobody in his family makes demands. They do if they oppressed, Mike said. Miss McCarthy snorted. Mr. McCarthy raised a hand to cover his screen. If my demands are not met, Mike said, I'll go on strike. What can do that? His dad said. But you recognize that while you strike, you won't get paid. Mike swallowed. So it goes, he said, and so it went. For the next 2 weeks, Mike did no choices at all. When it was time to clear the dishes out the table, he cleared out of the room. When it hiked. At first, he was amazed to get away with it. By the third week, though, Mike began to notice something disturbing. He was spending less time with his family and, consequently, missing out on stuff. He heard the clink or silverware when his little sister, after helped his mom load up the dishwasher. He heard them laughing. What was so funny? If he had the spy kit, he would know. Then again, if he were helping with chores, he would know. He wouldn't have to spy. You know, Mike said during the fourth week. I'm ready to start my chores again if you are ready to raise my allowance. His parents looked at each other. No, his dad said. We're good. The following Saturday, Mike woke to a special muffled hush. The singular silence of show. The world outside his window was transformed into a sparkling wonderland. The driveway and the walks were buried, but his dad was already outside, clearing the front porch to locate the newspaper. Normally, Mike would rise now and pull on his boots to help. Instead, he watched his mom and Esther emerge in hats and mittens. Esther was wielding Mike's shovels. All of them were working and laughing together. Laughing again. Why were they laughing this time? They started throwing snowballs. Mike watched, his head on his hand, and realized he was lonely. At that moment, he wanted nothing more than to feel like part of his family again. But then he realized something else. Sometimes to feel like part of something, you have to do your part. Mike walked downstairs. He put on his boots and scarf, his hat and coat, his gloves. He walked outside and gently took the shovel from his sister. He worked on the sidewalk for a solid 20 minutes before anybody said a word to him. Returning to the house, though, his dad patted his shoulders. "We're coming back, buddy," he said. Mike didn't get a race that particular Saturday. He did, however, get a heavenly French toast breakfast, and all